Hey, I'm Caden with Critical Resistance. I'm the Oakland organizer. We are in full solidarity with Bob on the abolition of policing in schools. I can tell you, you need to hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me now? Cool. So, I remember I was about 11 years old when I first saw police in my schools, metal detectors, things of that sort. I was born and I grew up in Jackson, Mississippi. And up until that time, up until 7th grade, I had not seen any policing in schools anywhere. And to say the least, I felt very unsafe. First thing I thought was, who are they here to put in jail? And that's the first thing you think when you see police officers. I'm not like, ooh, they should have saved me. That's not my first thought. Who are they here to put in jail? Right? And that kept going with me every day. I went home, I asked my mom, I said, Mom, there were some metal detectors in school. She said, I don't know why they were there. Right, but over the course of, I guess that was about maybe 12 or more years ago, right, policing have become a mainstay in schools, not just here in Oakland and not just in Jackson, Mississippi, but all across the country. And we really do need to take the policing out of our schools, right, so that children can feel safe.
Yeah.
Black Organizing Project has clearly demonstrated the data of how police in schools disproportionately harms youth, especially black and brown students. This current system of discipline throws young people of color away, hindering their educational success and personal development. It is traumatic and it is violent. Students should not be subjected to handcuffs and threats by police in an environment that is meant to be supporting their learning and growth. Furthermore, OUSD, which is already struggling to provide adequate academic resources to the schools, should not be wasting desperately needed resources on criminalizing students. Those funds to actually go towards the education of students in schools. Policing in schools harms youth, ultimately preparing and placing them into the prison system. When police are placed into schools, crime actually goes up because issues or conflicts that previously would have been handled by counselors are now going into the criminal justice system.
That's right.
Schools should be supportive environments for young people to thrive and get the support they need. Places where teachers are given all the financial support they need to provide the best learning experience. Where we don't have issues getting books or school supplies for students. Schools should be places where students, teachers, parents, and our communities come together to create vibrant, loving, compassionate spaces of growth and evolution. What I hope for the students of OUSD is that Oakland School Police Department will be removed from their campuses in 2020. What I hope for the students of OUSD is that they will all be given a chance to become their best selves at school, rather than being seen as troublemakers, criminal, or problem children. All children are treasures. They are the ones who will ultimately be tasked with leading our communities in the future and caring for us as we age and become elders. It is our job to protect them and prepare them for that future, not to prepare them for placement in prison. We're here to say, remove the PIC from our schools and redirect the resources to teachers so that we can provide a high-quality education and a safe, loving environment for every child and parent. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Hamu Lopez and I am an Oakland native. I grew up in East Oakland where I went to E. Morris Cox, Elmhurst, and Castlemont. I have 4 sons who I love dearly. We walk around Oakland and see police all the time. I do not agree with having police in the schools. One of the issues that I've seen with my own children is that when they go to school and they see the police, it makes them nervous. One of my sons is disabled. So that means that when he goes to school and he sees police, no matter what it looks like on the outside, on the inside, he gets anxiety. He gets terrified because of seeing the police with guns on campuses. I do not agree with that. I believe that all children, because I have multicultural children in my house, I feel that all children, no matter black, brown, whatever they are, should be able to go to school and feel safe without police going up and down the campuses, looking around to see who they can perpetrate, who they can go around and bother. I support BOP. I've been standing with them for the past 3 years, and for 2020, I am hoping and praying that with you all support, that we get the police out of the school.
Yes, yes.
It will not only help our generation and the generations that were even before us, but many generations to come. Please help support BOP. Thank you.
Hello, everyone that is here tonight. I am affectionately known to the community as Uncle Bobby. I am the uncle of Oscar Grant. And let me say it now on record that I am definitely in support of BOP and what they're doing in eliminating the police from school. So, as you know, I'm a family member that has been impacted by police violence. There is no horror comparable to police when they use excessive force on your loved one. That horror, I'm telling you, is so impactful that it traumatizes you for years. So me as an adult, when I witness on video what happened to my nephew, Oscar Grant, I remain traumatized for years, even up to today when I go back in time to reopen that wound. So it's extremely important that we be supportive to Bob in eliminating police from these schools, because we can imagine these children, we're talking about elementary school, middle school, and high school students, seeing on a regular and consistent basis the violence of the police in the community, the violence of the police across the United States, the violence of police in their school, and how traumatizing it could be to them. And if we want to make sure that we have a real just society where our children don't have to suffer this trauma or this fear of the police, we must work with Bob in order to eliminate this sickness and this heinous act of police in our schools. That's right. I'm going to say this in closing. The power of the police to use excessive force is one of the most significant responsibilities we can give any public official. That responsibility must be guided by common sense, whether it be legislation or elimination from the environment when we're talking about our school system. If we want our children to grow up healthy without the fear of the police and what they could do to them, we must become united in that effort to really bring about that change. I remain optimistic, and I'm thankful for Bob, because I know they came into existence after the murder of Oscar Grant, and they were really on the scene when Raheem Brown was murdered. I think it was up at Skyline. Many of you remember Raheem Brown, raise your hand. Okay, for those who don't know, he was murdered again by school police. I'm not going to go into the details, but what's important here is that we have high school children, we have junior high school or junior middle school children, and even elementary school children who have been impacted by excessive force by the police. And that trauma, I'm telling you, can last a lifetime. So let us unite with Bob, let us stand with them, and let us make sure that our children have a safe environment when they come to school without worrying about what the police may do to them, or especially the trauma that they incur when they see them and they're trying to study. So I want to thank you for allowing me to share a few words with you. I thank you as a community for embracing us as a family, but let us embrace these children. Let us share with them the hope of having a free, just society where our children can go to school without the worry of being violated by the police. Thank you.
Thank you, Uncle Bobby. We want everybody to remember the importance of getting police out of schools. Police do not belong in schools. They do not equal safety. Our students deserve to have schools that have counselors in them, trauma-induced services in them. Our children deserve to have schools that don't traumatize them. They deserve to get an adequate education and have the adequate materials in order to do that. Our children deserve to be in classrooms where there's not 30 students in the classroom so that they can actually learn. Our students deserve to have support services that are due to them. that we need to continue to stand in solidarity and tell OUSD, take that $6.5 million that you're investing in the over-criminalization, surveillance, and policing of our children and put that back into schools. The police are rogue. They are the biggest gang in this country. We have been warning OUSD about the police and the habits of policing. We have been warning OUSD. We have been telling them for years, testimony after testimony. We know more about the school police department than the school board. We have been sitting there pulling data. We did that. Tracking calls to service for absolutely nothing. Standing by and preserving the peace. What does that mean? What does that mean? Bullcrap. That's what it means. Our children are policed on so many levels that it doesn't make any sense. When you walk out your door, you got housing police.
Right.
Then you got transit police. Then you got bar police. You got school police.
What?
This is crazy. What are we trying to teach our children? Policing is not about just controlling a certain, it's about social control. This school-to-prison pipeline, having police inside of school, is rooted in anti-blackness. And we need to call it for what it is. No